Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Sunny, and I'm the Prime Minister of the government team. Today's mission is that whether we should make wealthy people pay more tax than usual. We defined this policy named tax on the wealthy, which a policy which rich people has to pay about 38% of their wealth. While most Americans were busy struggling eating, rich people have got exceptional, like tax cuts. It is not controversial whether we should implement progressive tax or not. To not care about riches, collect taxes from people like me, Warren Buffett has mentioned. Not only Warren Buffett, many other richest like Mark Zuckerberg and Bill Gates have stated that it is a wonderful idea to collect taxes from riches like them. Last year, a billionaire had paid $600 billion for federal income tax in the United States, which he began to make an assertion for many other riches like him to pay more taxes. And by this assertion, it first flared among people whether riches should pay more taxes or not. Some say that riches are extremely rich; they do not have a big possibility to become poor someday. And some say that riches have become richest due to their effort, that it is not right for them to pay more taxes. Among these issues, our team strongly believe that we should raise the tax among the richest. Our first main argument is that this policy will solve social problems. To begin with, I know well many of the mega riches, and by and large, there are many decent people. They love America and appreciate the opportunity this country has given them. Many have joined the Cleveland Pledge, promising to give most of their wealth to the society. Most wouldn't mind being told to pay more taxes as well, particularly when so many of their fellow citizens are truly suffering. According to the New York Times, Warren Buffett mentioned that I will leave my raise for about 99% of taxpayers unchanged and continue the current 2 percentage point reduction in the employee contribution to the payroll tax. This cut helps the poor and the middle class who need every break they can get. I think it's time for the government to get serious about these shared sacrifices. In addition to that, rich people are making more money than they need to live, and it's true. For example, in a recent drama, The Man Embracing the Sun, there is a question recently casted, which is to put a price on the king. And the most memorable girl to me who has answered to this king that if I would put a price to you, it will be worth 1 cent. What does this mean? The reason was rich people may seem this money as nothing, just 1 cent, as nothing, since it is just even 1% of their income. However, to the poor people, this money is very precious and priceless, which means that king is like 1 cent among poor people. What we can factor out from this line is that two rich people paying more taxes isn't really anything to them, since they do not die from hunger from paying these taxes. And if the tax collected from rich people used to help poor people in the society, it will be worth it. Also, in addition to that, a vast majority of the income gains in the United States over the last 3 decades have gone to the richest 5% of the population, largely as a result of policies that were explicitly designed to reorganize income upwards. Therefore, it is far more appropriate to tax the rich about 5% of the families who have prospered than the broad middle class who has suffered. It's true that taxes can be designed in a better or worse situation, but the best way to increase taxes in the wealthy would to apply more taxes on them. Our second main argument is that if the rich people can pay more tax, those money can be used in various ways. In today's society, there is still a wide gap between the rich and the poor. If these extra money from the richest are used to help poor people, for instance, like the society can support more medical technology, doctors, clothes, and shelter, those money can seem very little. However, if we collect 38% from the wealth, we can't miss it. Little by little, people suffering from poverty will decrease, and we will give them intention to live. This not only benefits people, but also supports the nation's economy, which is our second main argument. People's quality of life gets better. People getting jobs, easy lives, and food to eat, and their shelter. This increases people's social actions in the society, and this will lead to increased economic growth. By this, happy people, happy nation. So what's the problem with this policy? The wealthy people are called rich because they have uncountable amount of money. Just 38% to set up a nation would make the world a better place. It's worth it, isn't it? So our house thinks that we should make the rich people pay more taxes. Thank you for listening.